Very good afternoon to all of you. Uh, Previous lecture we already started with the revision of the basic C++. Here only we will continue the same revision. Now in this revision we will see the topic of function overloading, recursion, inline function, the concept of array and pointer, and very important topic is call by value and call by reference. Now we will see it one by one. Now first thing is what the function. Now what do you mean by function? Function is nothing but the self-contained block of statement which perform a specific task. Basically why we go for the concept of function, the first advantage is what? It always saves the memory. And whenever I want to perform any specific task, that time only I call that particular function. That means no need to every time we have to execute the whole program. There are basically two types of function, built-in function and the user-defined function. Built-in function are those function whose meaning is already known to C++ compiler. For example is sqrt, to calculate the square root of any number, or I can use the function pow. It is used to calculate the x raised to y. That means base, whenever you pass the base and the power value, it will calculate, you get the answer. And the second type of function is called as a user defined function, that is defined by the user, or that will be accessed or the written by the programmer. The best example for user defined function is void main, because if you see in all the programs, the part of void main, or you can say the body of void main, is different for every void main function. Now the concept is the function overloading. Now function overloading means what? Whenever in my program there is a situation where you want to use multiple functions. Okay, in a single program if you declare a more than one function, but consider that function will work similarly, the task of that function is same, little bit difference is there. So why I searching for the different name for that different function? If they are doing the same task, so better to give the same name for that all functions. So the situation or the condition where we are using the same function name for multiple function, but we have to differ that function with their signature. Now signature means what? It is nothing but the number of arguments or types of argument. So the mechanism of giving same function name for multiple function in a same program, but they differ with their function signature, that is number of argument or types of argument, the concept called as function overloading. If that all functions are with same function signature, but if their return types are different, but here they not followed the concept of function overloading. That means the note is what? It must differ in their function signature, no matter with their return type. Next concept is the recursion. Now recursion means what? Recursion is nothing but function call within function called as recursion. Now when the process is what? For example, if I want to calculate the factorial of a number, for example, suppose my n value is 3. That means I need to calculate 3 into 2 into 1. That means here only I want to perform the same task of the multiplication in the repeated manner. So that time I can use the concept of for loop. Any loop you can be used, correct? But the situation is what, or the condition is what? if you don't want to use any looping concept, then that time I can use the concept of recursion. मतलब क्या होगा, if I use the looping concept तो वो loop उतनी बार क्या होगा, execute होगा. But if I don't want to use the looping concept, then I have to call the recursion. So recursion में क्या होगा, वो function उतनी बार call होगा. Clear? हाँ, but the note is what, you have to specify the if condition, because where to stop that you have to be specified, otherwise it will continuously executing that function. Then the next concept is inline function. Now inline function means when I want to invoke my function with the request of my compiler, so there I replace my calling statements with its body. Whenever I want to execute my normal function program, what is its procedure, where I just call my function from the void main, it will search for its appropriate prototype. When it matches with the prototype, it will call appropriate function definition. When they called appropriate function definition, always they copied the values of actual arguments into formal arguments. After copying that value, it will calculate the answer, and answer will return back to the function answer will transfer back to the void main. Okay, so अगर हम लोग ने सोचा नहीं, फिर भी it will take the quite more time to execute all these number of statements. To minimize that execution time, we will use the concept of inline function. So we just put inline keyword before my function definition. So what is the change in the process of my function call या फिर function program? Whenever I use the concept of inline function, it will directly copy my whole function definition into function call. So it will minimize your execution time. Now next concept is the array. Now what is the definition for array? Array is nothing but the set of finite number of homogeneous data stored in a sequential memory location under a common variable name. For example, if I want to declare the concept of array, I just have to declare the data type, my array name, and the square bracket I have to specify the size. Whenever I want to deal with the large number of elements, that time I use the concept of array. Because if I want to declare any 2 or 3 numbers, I can directly use it as int a comma b comma c. But if I want to use the 50 numbers, so it's quite impossible to write a b c d e f g, as well as it's quite difficult to remember the name of that each and every element. That's why we use the concept of array. Next one we have the pointer. Now basically a pointer is a variable which holds the memory address of another variable. Now that means if I declare int a, so a is what my normal variable having the data type as integer. But if I declare int star p, so that star p indicate p is what my pointer variable, and it will hold the memory address of some variable whose data type is integer. Getting it the thing? Key, when I declare int star p, integer is not a data type of my pointer. So वो integer क्या है? वो integer क्या है? तो वो p pointer जिसका भी memory address store करने वाला है, उसके data का type integer है. Now the next concept is called by value and called by reference. Now basically these two concepts are related to pointer. The first thing is what the call by value. In this same lecture previously we already taught you कि हम लोग ने देखा है कि function execute कैसे होता है. whenever we invoke or whenever we call the function call from the void main, it will it will first search for the prototype, then after matching with the prototype it will call proper function definition, then the values of actual arguments are copied into the formal arguments. Now it may be possible that values are altered or changed, and altered values are not transferred back. So to overcome with this disadvantage, we go with the concept of call by reference. So in call by reference, we are not directly copying the actual arguments. So whenever we invoke the particular function, it will always copies the address of actual argument into formal arguments. So whenever I am copying or whenever I am referring the actual argument, that means actual and formal, both of my arguments are referring to the same memory location. So changed informal arguments affects the actual argument. So whatever is the drawback of my call by value, it will overcome by call by reference. Clear the concept? Thank you so much.